Good morning, grade threes. Hope you can hear me now. Sure, I can hear you. Right. Today it's Friday, the 10th of July. Okay, let's hit. Okay, this was our homework. You were supposed to cut and paste a timetable of your choice, and then use the timetable to draw a graph of your choice, and then tell us something about your graph. I know that we had some technical challenges yesterday. So as a result, when I looked in my box, I didn't find any homework. But nevertheless, let's go through the homework together, okay? So remember when we were talking about timetable and data handling, some of you told me that the timetable that you know is your class timetable. I can even remember somebody told me, somebody typed yesterday and told me about their lessons, what time they do maths, what time they do English, what time they do Afrikaans, and so on. Okay, so this is an example of a timetable. Okay, let's look at another one. You gave me lots of ideas about the timetable. Okay, let's see. Okay, some of you told me that flight timetable, and there is a flight timetable for a certain airline in the US, okay? So these are the different times. So this is how we would read the timetable. Let me quickly go back to the first one. So you'll see in this timetable, the way it is labeled, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then also the times, from what time to what time, okay? And that is the subject. So this is how we would read it. On Monday, from 9 o'clock to 9:35, this learner is attending French. And then on Tuesday, from 9 to 9:35, they are attending English. When we go back to Monday, from 10:35 to 10 past 10, 10:10, they are attending English. And then it is a break. Can you type for me? What time is the break? What is the duration of the break? If you were to type in, record the time for the break, what would you write there? Could you type it in for me? Okay, Hudi, I see you say 10. Remember, the class finished at 10:10, and the next class starts at 10:50. So what time would we have there? If you look at the previous one there, okay, I see Hudi, 10:10 to 10:50. Is there anyone who agrees with Hudi? Let's look at the guideline. The first one there, it's 9 to 9:35. And then the next one, it's 9:35 to 10:10. So this is how they record it. From the last one, from the last class to the next class, they use the end time becomes the start time of the next one, okay? So it means that the end time of the English class will be the start time for our break, okay? Is there anyone who sees it? I see Hudi has typed it out for me. Ryan, just complete it for me. It will be, yes, it will be Matlotlo, I see you. This is how we will write it. 10:10. And then when is the next class? 10:50. Then it means that it will be 10:10 to 10:50. Right, do you see it? Remember the chat box is only for responding to me. Our class rules, we focus in class, we concentrate, we've got very little time, and then others will talk about them somewhere. Otherwise, this chat will be closed, and then I will just speak alone, which would not be nice, okay? So, Chevelle, let's focus, right? And others, and every other one. Thank you very much. Okay, we have seen there is our time. Here it will be 10:10 to 10:50. And then we go to the next lesson. The next lesson there is from 10:50 to 11:25 and 11:25 to 12 o'clock. What can you say about this class? Remember, we said that we can say something, we can talk about, we can tell a story about our graphs, even this timetable. So what is it that you can say about this class? It's a science class. What is it that you can say about it? Can somebody tell me? Remember, we see things differently, we express them differently. So don't feel shy to share with us what you think. Okay, can somebody tell me, what do you think about this class? It says from 10:50 to 11:25, 11:25 to 12. Kopano, what do you have to say? Okay, do you know about double periods? Okay, so it means that they are having the same class twice. So it is a double period. Okay, right, because it started there and then it continued there. So it's a double period. And then if we look on Tuesday, they also have a double period there. And on Wednesday, it's a double period there. So I want somebody to type in for me, what time is the lunch? Can you give me the time for lunch there? Record the time for me there and type it in for me. Kabani, Chevelle, Lutando, Matlotlo, Ryan, Musa. Can you tell me the time? What time is it for the break? Okay, I see you, Ryan. I see you, Hudi. Remember we said that the end time of the last class and to the next time, the start time of the next class. Okay, I see Hudi wrote it there. Matlotlo, I see Kabani. What will guide you? Very easy, boys and girls. You look at the last class. It was 12. You take it as it is, okay? And then you look at the next class. What is the next class? The way they have represented it, they say it is 1:30, okay? We are in grade 3, Kopano, okay? So this is how we would represent it, ne? 12 hours to 1 hour 30. So it's from 12 to 1:30. That is the lunch time. Can somebody tell me what is the time here? The second break. Give me the time for the second break. The last class was 2:40, and then the next class starts at 2:50. So what time would you record here? What time would you record here? Anybody wants to try? Okay, it's 2:40. We take the last time of the closing time or the end time of the last class, and then the start time of the next class. Yes, Hudi, it's 2:40 to, let's see what's the next. It's 2:50. Good. That's right. Excellent. Okay. Right. Same applies to this timetable there for the airline. Okay. So we can see there our timetables will, they say different stories, they say different things. Okay. So here what we see is that they give us the flight numbers. Who's been on a flight before? Who's ever been on a flight before? Okay, Lutando Kabani. That's great. Chevelle. Oh, Chevelle. There's always a next time, hey? All right. Okay, so here they give us. Okay, all right. Let's look at the flight number. So they give us all the different flight numbers there. And then they also give us the date. So those are the dates. So those are the dates. And because this is in the example that we are using here is in the United States, they write the date differently from us. We start with the date, the month, and the year. But what they do is that they start with the month, come the date, and then comes the year. Because if you look at it, somebody might say, but we don't have month 15. Our months go up to where? Can somebody just tell me our month? How many months do we have in a year? How many months do we have in a year? 12. Good. So you see, but if you look at this one, somebody might say, but no, we don't have a month number 15. So this is how the United States write their date. Okay, because this is a timetable that we got from there. Okay, so those are the dates. It means that it's November the 12th, November the 12th, November the 12th there, November the 14th, November the 15th. The last one there, it's November the 16th. Who can tell me what year was this? What year was this? This timetable was in which year? You can type it in for me. What year was it? Good. It was in 1997. You can see the 97 there. They just wrote the dates using 2 digits. Okay, it was in 1997. Well done, Chevelle Kabani. Right, and then they tell you the destination. So these flights are going to Memphis, Los Angeles, Chicago, Memphis, and so on and so on. And then they give us the scheduled departure time. Okay, departure time. Anybody who knows what this word means? Departure time. Departure time. Okay, tell us, Lutando, departure time, what is it? Departure, it means what time is it leaving? It's just a big word, just that they use for saying the flight is leaving at this time. When you go to the airport, we've got a section, a departure section. Yes, Lutando, leaving. And we've also got arrival. All right. So we can see here that the flight is leaving at 9 a.m. You can also see how they write the time. Okay. The a.m. as well and the p.m. Okay. So can you see here? It's 09 and it's 09:10 there. If the AM and the PM is not there, I promise you, you would miss your flight. You wouldn't know what time it is. So that's why the AM is there. By the way, what does AM mean? What does AM mean? You can type for me. You don't have to tell me of the abbreviation, but just tell me if you see AM, what does it tell you? Yes, it means in the morning, Chevelle. Thank you. In the morning before 12 p.m. So when it strikes 12, it means that it's no longer AM, but it is PM. Right. What time is it now as we are talking? Is there anyone who can tell me? Just type for me. What time is it right now? It is AM. All right. PM, Lutando. PM is after 12. So that's why I want you to tell me, according to my time right now, I'll tell you what time it says here by me, and you can tell me what time it says there by you. My time says it is 11:19. So is it AM or is it PM? Good, Matlotlo, yes. Is it AM? Good, Lutando, it is AM. Has 12 o'clock passed already? Has 12 o'clock passed already? Good, Lutando, 12 o'clock has not passed already. So what will happen after 12? When it passes 12, what is going to change? What are you going to write on your time? Yes, you're going to write PM. Good. So let's go back to our screen there. You see it's 9 and it's 9:10. But we can see that these are different times. The first 9, it's in the morning, and the second time it is in the afternoon. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so let's see what else this flight timetable is telling us. It says assigned plane type. It means what type of aircraft are they going to use? This is a Boeing 727, a DC-9, there's a Boeing 747. Hey, I don't know types of, okay, the one I know, an Airbus. I've heard that there's an Airbus. And there's this one which goes very fast. Is there anyone who knows what it's called? There's a very fast plane. Anyone who knows it? Oh, Mango Airline. All right, good. All right. So those are the different types. So there's a jet. Yes, Hoodie, I see. Okay, so we are doing this just to demonstrate that a tiny table like this can tell you a mouthful of information. And then Capacity here, it means how many people can this aircraft take? Okay, we can see here it can take 165, the Boeing 727. Yes, the private jet as well. And then we see here DC-9 has a capacity of taking 248. Wow. If we look at this table, which plane do you think can carry more people? Which plane here can take more people? Just look at just the two columns there. Which plane can take more people? Type it in for me there. Okay, I see Kabani says 440, but what is the name of that aircraft? Good, Lutando. Boeing 747 it is. Okay, so you can see that timetables tell you a lot. Okay, all right. And there's still so much we can talk about this, but because of time, let's go to the next slide. I'm very excited because you can actually read what the table is all about. Okay, just the last two columns and then we'll quickly run to the next slide. So here it says the seats reserved. You know, there are people who reserve seats in advance before they travel, okay? So can you tell me now, if the plane can take 165 people and already 124 people have reserved their seats, so how many seats are available? How many seats are remaining? How many extra people can the flight take? Anybody? The plane can take 165 people and 124 people have booked in advance. Then it means, okay, I see Khudi says 41. Okay, if you take 165 minus 41, that's correct. You get 41. Good, enough about talking about the table. But this demonstrates to me that you understand. Thanks, Lutando. I see we are on the same page. So let's go now to the next exercise. Okay. So what I did here, because we did not get any homeworks. Although my program here did not write the times as they should be, remember the times. This is a timetable, the bar graph, what I wanted you to do for the homework. I wanted you to get a timetable of your choice and then do also a table of your choice. So I did a bar graph about a class, a certain class, but it didn't come out nicely. Right, so what it tells me here that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 classes, okay? English, Afrikaans, maths, and coding. And then your times there. We don't see them specifically because the computer, you know, did not do it the way it's supposed to do. But if you do it on your own, that will be excellent. Okay, Kabani says 9 in the morning, it's coding. All right, we can fix that. Okay, followed by what? What we know is that we have our maths at 11. Good, right. Now let's go to the next slide. Okay. Yesterday we talked about our different times, the different ways that we can represent our time, write our time. So there we saw that it is 2:25, Or there's another format of writing your time where you make use of the 24-hour time clock. So here you can see when it has passed 2 o'clock, because it's 12, ne? So from 12, then you start adding 13, 14 to show that it is PM. So that is why there we've got 14:25. But like we saw previously is that you can still write it as 2:25, but specifically say, is it in the morning or is it in the afternoon? Okay, that's just a quick revision from yesterday. And then that time, that's how you would write it, using your digital time or using your analog time. And then the next clock that we have is that one. Okay, and then our digital time representation, that is how we will write it. And then for the analog, that is how we will write it. We talked about it yesterday, and I am sure that you understand it. Okay, so now let's go to the next slide. Okay, you do know about word sums, hey? For sure you know, right? So this is our short story there. Sally has one load of washing to do. Do you wash your socks? Anyone who can wash their socks? Even if you don't use a washing machine, but are you able to wash your own socks? Yes, Cheval, you. All right, good, blessing. Good, well done, that's right. So here Sally is using a washing machine. So it takes the washing machine 1 hour to complete one load of washing. And one load uses 1 cup of washing powder. Is there anyone who knows the millimeters for 1 cup of washing powder? If you want to convert 1 cup of one cup of, or just 1 cup, 1 cup is equals to how many milliliters? Is there anyone who knows? You can type it in for me. Anybody who knows? I hear 6 milliliters. If you've got some 250 milliliters, Hudi says, that's correct. You can even check your millimeal at home or your rice, okay? And check the milliliters outside. Lutando, that's correct. So 1 cup of washing powder is equals to 250 milliliters. Right, let's go on. So Tommy's load is 3 times the size of Sally's washing. So I want you to tell me, how long will it take Sally to do her washing? Just type it in for me there. How long will it take Sally to do her washing? Remember, one load takes 1 hour, and then Sally has got one load. Okay, I see, blessing, you are correct. It will take Sally 1 hour. Yes, Chevelle, you're right. It will take Sally 1 hour to finish her washing. Now let's look. Good, Lutando, I see. All right, we are on the same page. How long will it take Tommy to do his washing? Okay, I see, blessing. I see your answer, blessing. Matlotlo. Remember, we said that Tommy's load is 3 times the size of Sally's washing. So, Chevelle, I see you. Yes, it will take 3 hours because one load takes you 1 hour. And because Tommy's load is 3 times the size of Sally, which is one load, it will take 3 hours. That's correct. Okay, now let's see. How many cups of washing powder will Sally use in that load? How many cups of washing powder? I see you, Blessing. Musa. I see you, Musa. I see Kabani. Yes, it will take Sally 1 cup. She will use 1 cup of washing powder. So in milliliters, how many milliliters will Sally use? How many milliliters of soap will washing powder will Sally use? Remember we said 1 cup is equals to how many milliliters? We just said it now. Yes, it's equals to, type it in for me. Yes, 250 milliliters. Good. Very good. Now, how many cups of washing powder will Tommy need to do his washing? How many cups will Tommy? Yes, 3 cups, Eri. 3 cups. So in milliliters, how many milliliters will Tommy use? That's a big one, hey? That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. Okay. Or you can say three 250 milliliters. Okay. But if you've got your calculator, you can just press, because it's a big number, you don't have to really do it by heart. You can just quickly take your calculator. Anybody who's got their calculator there, it's 3 cups multiplied by 250 milliliters. It is equals to, let's see. Okay, I'll tell you, this is what I get. Right, you can just double check for yourself. It's 3 cups times, we must have that sign, multiplied by 250 milliliters. It will give you 750 milliliters. Yes, that is the fun of using calculators. Good. Thank you so much for the interaction. I see you understand. Now I want us to look at the homework. So I want you to, here we're talking about reading and writing time. I want you to draw the face of a watch. All right, this is not a clock, but it is a watch. For another day, we do have a difference between a clock and a watch, right? The watch, can I put my watch on the wall? Yes, that's for Monday. This homework is for Monday. So what you're going to do is that 6:15, you are going to write the long arm and the small arm on the face of the clock, okay? We are going to do 4 of them, right? 8:30, you're going to represent it on the face of your watch. 11:15, you're going to represent it on your watch there. 5:30, you will represent it on your watch there. That is for Monday. 6:15, 8:30, 1:45, and 5:30. Let's see if we've got another homework. Okay, this is just a small one. You are going to draw a table for me where you write hours. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. How many rows? 2 rows, okay? The first row of the first column, you write hours. And then the second row of the first column, you will write minutes. Here, I just want to see if you know the relationship between hours and minutes. We have given you an example there. 1 hour is 60 minutes, okay? So I want you to tell me, to write for me, how many minutes are there in an hour, and then how many minutes are there